The boxing world has been abuzz with developments surrounding Gervonta "Tank" Davis, a prominent figure in the sport known for his explosive power and undefeated record. Recently, the highly anticipated rematch between Davis and Lamont Roach Jr., originally slated for August 16, 2025, in Las Vegas, has been thrown into disarray due to a series of legal troubles involving Davis. These issues have cast a shadow over his boxing career, raising questions about when, or even if, fans will see him return to the ring. The cancellation of the rematch, confirmed by Premier Boxing Champions, PBC, after several unsuccessful attempts to finalize the fight, has sparked widespread discussion among fans, analysts, and those within the boxing community. This situation is further complicated by Davis's ongoing legal battles, which have not only delayed his return to the ring but also prompted speculation about his future in the sport, including the possibility of retirement. The saga began with a controversial majority draw between Davis and Roach on March 1, 2025, at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. The fight was a closely contested battle that saw both fighters exchange significant blows, with Roach giving Davis one of the toughest challenges of his career. A pivotal moment occurred in the 9th round when Davis took a knee after a jab from Roach, an action that many believed should have been ruled a knockdown. However, the referee, Steve Willis, did not count it as such, leading to significant controversy. The fight ended with a majority draw, with scorecards reading 115-113 in favor of Davis and two 114-114 draws, preserving Davis's WBA lightweight title but marking the first time he did not secure a victory in his professional career. The event was a commercial success, reportedly generating around 262,000 pay-per-view buys and a gate of $6,415,815, though the announced attendance of 19,250 was later adjusted to 16,420. Following the draw, Roach's camp appealed to the New York State Athletic Commission, NYSAC, to overturn the result, arguing that the referee's failure to call a knockdown in the 9th round was a critical error. On March 7, 2025, the NYSAC acknowledged that Roach should have been credited with a knockdown but declined to change the outcome, stating that the referee's call was not outcome determinative. This decision fueled further debate, with many in the boxing community believing Roach deserved a clearer shot at victory. The controversy set the stage for a rematch, which was initially targeted for June 21, 2025, at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. However, Davis reportedly requested more time to prepare, pushing the date to August 16. As anticipation built for the rematch, complications arose due to Davis's legal troubles. On July 11, 2025, Davis was arrested in Miami Beach on a misdemeanor domestic violence charge stemming from an alleged incident on June 15, Father's Day, at the Doral, Florida, home of his ex-girlfriend, the mother of two of his children. According to police reports, Davis went to pick up their children, and an argument escalated into a physical altercation. The reports allege that Davis struck the woman in the back of the head and slapped her face, causing a minor cut to her lip. The victim's mother, alerted by a text message, witnessed part of the incident and recorded video evidence showing Davis throwing a small box at the woman. Davis was taken into custody at the Turner Guilford Night Correctional Center and held without bond, pending a court hearing scheduled for late July. This arrest added to Davis's history of legal issues, which includes a 2020 domestic violence charge that was later dropped, a 2022 accusation that was withdrawn, and a 2023 guilty plea to 4 charges related to a 2020 hit-and-run incident in Baltimore, for which he served 90 days of house arrest and performed community service. The arrest significantly disrupted plans for the rematch. PBC, under the guidance of promoter Al Heyman, initially explored rescheduling the fight for August 23 or 30, as the August 16 date became increasingly untenable. Reports indicated that Davis had stopped training in Miami for approximately 3 weeks prior to his arrest, further complicating preparations. The Ring magazine, which had reported 2 months earlier that the rematch was set for August 16, noted that PBC never officially confirmed that date. As the legal proceedings unfolded, it became clear that Davis's availability to fight was uncertain, prompting PBC to cancel the rematch outright after failed attempts to secure a new date. Lamont Roach Jr., for his part, has remained steadfast in his desire to face Davis again. In the wake of Davis's arrest, Roach took to social media to assert that the fight was still on, stating, "I heard Buddy is home already. The fight is still scheduled for August 16. We're just waiting on the announcement." However, this optimism was short-lived, as Roach later expressed frustration over the lack of communication from Davis's camp. In a post on X, Roach indicated uncertainty about the fight status, noting that Davis had not signed the contract and suggesting that the rematch might not happen at all. Boxing insider Rick Glazer echoed this sentiment, claiming that Davis was reluctant to face Roach again, describing the latter as a very tough opponent. Roach, ranked number 4 among junior lightweight contenders by The Ring, has emphasized his readiness to fight and his belief that he earned the rematch after their competitive first encounter. The cancellation has sparked varied reactions within the boxing community. Some fans and analysts speculate that Davis's legal troubles are a convenient excuse to avoid a challenging rematch with Roach, who proved he could withstand Davis's power and deliver effective counters. Others, including Davis's assistant coach, Kenny Ellis, have downplayed the situation, stating that the team is waiting for the legal issues to be resolved before setting a new fight date. Ellis emphasized that he avoids getting involved in the legal side of Davis's affairs, focusing instead on supporting the fighter when needed. Meanwhile, prominent figures in boxing have weighed in on Davis's situation. Oscar de la Hoya, a legendary boxer and promoter, expressed disappointment, urging Davis to get your stuff together and emphasizing that you don't hit women. In contrast, Bill Haney, father of boxer Devin Haney, offered a more sympathetic perspective, framing Davis's legal troubles as part of a broader issue affecting young athletes and expressing hope that Davis and his family could resolve their issues. The uncertainty surrounding Davis's return has also fueled discussions about his long-term plans. Earlier in 2025, Davis announced his intention to retire after 3 fights, with the Roach rematch being the first. However, his legal troubles have made even this limited schedule seem unlikely. Davis's social media activity has been erratic, with posts announcing the cancellation of the Roach fight and subsequent deletions, adding to the confusion. Some reports suggest that Davis is considering a rematch with Ryan Garcia as part of his retirement tour, given the potential for a lucrative payday. However, with his legal case ongoing and a key hearing looming, his boxing career remains on hold. Roach, meanwhile, is not waiting idly. His team is reportedly exploring other options, including a potential fight with Shakur Stevenson, another top lightweight contender. Roach has acknowledged Stevenson's talent and expressed openness to the matchup if the Davis rematch does not materialize. This flexibility reflects Roach's determination to stay active and capitalize on his strong performance against Davis, which elevated his profile in the boxing world. As the WBA super featherweight champion, Roach is contractually entitled to a rematch with Davis, but if the latter cannot commit within a reasonable time frame, Roach's handlers may move on to other opportunities. The broader implications of Davis's legal issues extend beyond the ring. His repeated run-ins with the law have drawn criticism from those who argue that boxing has a troubling history of tolerating problematic behavior from its stars. A 2023 Guardian article highlighted this issue, noting that Davis's high-profile fights, such as his bout with Ryan Garcia, serve as a depressing reminder of boxing's tolerance for criminality. Davis's actions, including the alleged assault on his ex-girlfriend, have sparked outrage among some fans and commentators, who question whether his career can continue if he is found guilty. The boxing community is divided, with some defending Davis's talent and others calling for accountability. For now, the focus remains on Davis's legal proceedings and their impact on his boxing future. The cancellation of the Roach rematch has disappointed fans who were eager to see the two fighters settle their rivalry. Davis, at 30 years old, remains one of boxing's biggest stars, with a record of 30-0-1 and 28 knockouts. His ability to draw crowds and generate significant pay-per-view revenue is undeniable, but his legal troubles threaten to overshadow his achievements. Roach, at 29, with a record of 25-1-2 and 10 knockouts, has proven he can compete at the highest level and is poised to take advantage of any opportunities that arise. As the boxing world awaits clarity on Davis's situation, the sentiment is one of frustration mixed with anticipation. Fans are eager to see Tank back in the ring, but the uncertainty surrounding his legal issues and the cancellation of the Roach rematch have left many questioning when that will happen. For Roach, the path forward involves staying prepared and potentially seeking new challenges, while Davis must navigate the courts before he can return to the sport. The coming weeks will be critical in determining whether Davis can resolve his legal troubles and resume his career, or if this latest chapter will mark a turning point in his journey as one of boxing's most electrifying talents.